Fellow enthusiasts, welcome to In-Depth Academy. I invite you all to learn Excel to open up your capabilities in industry level. As of today's session, we are going to learn how to use the VLOOKUP function in Excel in the simplest way. So there are some rules to adhere before we use the VLOOKUP function. So as of the first rule, we should know the values that needed to be looked up. So in this example, what we are going to do is we are going to find the corresponding region's value of some given city names. So here you have Los Angeles, San Francisco, Henderson and Houston. So as of the second rule, we should have a reference table. Of course, we should have a reference table which consists of these values, and here you have the city values in the first column and the region values in the second column. As of the third rule, the reference table should have the values of which we are going to search for in the first column. So here we are going to find the city values firstly and then go look up for the region values of that corresponding city values. So in the reference table, you can see in the first column you have the city values. So therefore we have adhered to this rule as well. So when it comes to the fourth rule, the values needed to be looked up should be exact same in the values existing in the reference table. So here you can see the exact names we are having in the base table. Los Angeles, San Francisco, Henderson and Houston are in the reference table. So the fifth rule, or the last rule, there should only be one value of each in the first column of the reference table. So here you can see we have only one value of each of the cities in the reference table. So like this, if we have adhere to all of these rules, we can apply the VLOOKUP rule to our dataset. Right, now we have the base table and the reference table like this. Now you are clear that we are going to use the VLOOKUP function in order to get the corresponding region values of the given city values in the base table. Right, so now we are going to write the VLOOKUP function in order to get this output. So here in each case, when we are going to write a formula or a function, we are going to start with an equal sign. So once we type equal and then we type VLOOKUP, right? If you just type VLOOKUP, VL, then the VLOOKUP function would pop up. So once it has been popped up, then you can enter the tab to get it on your screen. Now you can see that you have some values to be filled in this function in order to get your desired output. So firstly you have the lookup value. So what will be our lookup value? The city values. The city value is Los Angeles, so you can type it in as a string like this, Los Angeles, like this, and you can give the table array. So this table array is the reference table array which we are going to find the values from. So this is our reference table, so we are going to select the whole table like this, and now we are sure that we have the values that we are referring to are in the first column as of the rules that we stated earlier. So here when you put this table, then you put another comma and you have the column index number to be filled as of the next step. So here your column index number will be 2, since the values that you need to output are in your second column of your reference table. So you put 2, and once you put comma, you have two choices. One is approximate match in front of true and the exact match in front of false. So since we are going to do an exact match, we can go down and select false and press tab. Now you have your all the requirements to fulfill your VLOOKUP function, and you close the bracket and press enter. Now you get the corresponding region value for your city, Los Angeles. So what are we going to do with the next value? Are we going to type again like VLOOKUP and so on? No, we are not going to do it in Excel. So what we are going to do instead is we are going to drag this function down like this and drop. So here you have these region values of each of the cities, but at the end now you see that you have an error. So before that, we can see whether whatever the values that we have got is true or wrong. So here we have Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles, California is true, and here you have San Francisco, which is also in California. It's also true, and Henderson is Kentucky. So now you can see the values that we have got for the regions of these corresponding cities seems to be wrong. So let's see how they have gone wrong. So if you come to the function that you have typed here, you can see in firstly you have given to look up Los Angeles. So of course you might be getting it wrong just because you will be getting Los Angeles looked up for each of the cities. So we need to change this name when we drag the cells down. So what we are going to do with that is we are going to replace this string with a cell value. So it's going to be a reference cell value. So here we are going to select this G8 cell, and we are going to enter it again. So let's see whether it's going to work it now. Here we drag it. Now we have some values, right? Now let's see whether it's true or wrong. So for Los Angeles, now you know the region is California, that's correct. And San Francisco, you know that it's California and it's correct. But Henderson, it has given an error, and let's see why has it come. And for Houston, let's see, it's Texas and it's also correct. So let's see why this has gone wrong. Okay, if we go to the function again, you can see the given table array is J7 to K21. That means if you are referring to a table, you are giving the first cell of it and also the last cell of it, which is K21. So when you go to the next cell, you can see it has been moved down, and if you go to the next cell, the third one, you can see it has moved down further, and also the next one much further. So what you have to do is you have to log this table, that when you drag it down, it won't move down like what has happened now. So what you are going to do with it is you are going to press function F4. Now you can see you have got dollar signs in front of each of these letters. maybe a letter or a number. So each of these columns and rows have been logged with this $sign. So now once we enter, and now we have to drag it down again. So when you're dragging down, you don't have to drag down all the time, because if you have a very large table, you can't just drag it all the way down. So what you can do is you can bring the crosshair here and you can double click. So once you double click, now you have got the final outputs, and all of it should be correct. So Los Angeles, California, and San Francisco, California, and Henderson, Kentucky, and Houston, Texas. So I think now you are clear how to get a VLOOKUP, and we'll meet in another video with another function.